Hey everybody, it's Andy O'Fee from Crump Mortgage, the Yankee closer. So I'm really excited about doing this for you and your clients as we roll into 2021. I realize it's now February and January came at us and volumes were very high, and February's coming at us in March, and the spring is going to roll into us. And again, we're starting to see some crazy market movements right now that I all want you to be aware of. I also am going to be sharing with you some interesting ideas as well as forecasts from myself and from experts that are in the industry that I used to work with as regards to where the mortgage market, the rate market is going to go. And we can even start talking about something in the real estate market. So instead of squeezing all of these crazy ideas and things that have been running through my head here for the past few hours, we're going to break down a 2021 forecast for you in little segments so you can understand each one and the impact that they are going to have on rates. So, the first thing we're going to talk about today, though, are treasury yields and where they have been, where they were, and where they're going. And I think that'll be a very, very good idea to start the forecast model in regards to where I think mortgage rates are going to go. And I think you're going to be surprised what I say. So let's take a look at this chart that I created. This is a 1 year segment of 10-year treasuries starting back approximately 1 year ago, February the 18th, 2020, where yields at that time were 1.6%. And as we all know, as we got into some more COVID related news, we saw treasury yields drop significantly. And then, of course, we also started to see some news out in regards to the actual impact of COVID. The market turned around and we hit 127 back in March of 2020. So as we wound through the rest of the year, all of the negative news about COVID came and hit us. We hit an all-time low back in August as far as treasury yields go and mortgage rates go for that matter. And then we started to see this slow move higher where we started getting news more and more about COVID, vaccinations rolling out, and the economy potentially making the turn to back to where we were almost a year ago. So on the 12th of January, we hit an all-time high that we hadn't seen for almost 10 months. And now, if you look at this chart from today, we're almost back there to 1.2% on the 10-year note. Now, what does that mean? Well, historically, where we were about a year ago, mortgage rates are approximately, I'm going to say about 5/8 to 0.75% lower than they were back in February. Now, where are we going to go going forward? This is my opinion. I think we could go and test those high level yield numbers that we looked at. Remember, the market historically trades in round numbers. So we're at 120. What's the next stop? 125. Okay, we get there. Then beyond that, do we get back up to 160 and then get back to rates where we were a year ago? I think that could potentially happen short term. I don't think that they're going to stay at those elevated levels. And this is the one reason why you need to know this and be aware of it. It's the Federal Reserve. They are doing everything they can to continue to purchase bonds, treasuries, and mortgage backed securities in the secondary market, again, to artificially deflate rates and keep them where they are so that the economy can move forward. The housing market is the tip of the spear. So we need to make sure that we're watching what the Fed does. They are buying treasuries and mortgages on a daily basis, and they're going to keep these rates low. However, we could see spikes in between that would impact everyone. Long term, though, I think we're going to stay, again, back to where we are right now at that 120 level. Okay, so this is section one, 2021 outlook. A lot of stuff to talk about. Look at those charts. We're going to get into some really cool stuff in the next couple of weeks in regards to debt levels and the impact that it has on rates. We're going to look at Janet Yellen and what she's forecasting. We're going to talk about Fed Chairman Powell. A lot of cool things to talk about. I want you to stay in front of this now because the market's changing and you need to be ready. This is Andy O'Fee, the Crump Mortgage. Phase one of 2021 Outlook. Here it is. Talk to you soon.